Hello YouTube! Today on the Naughty Librarian I am doing the Hurricane Maria book tag. So this book tag was created by JD Estrada and I will post the video down below. You guys should check him out. He's a great author and booktuber and he is from Puerto Rico, and as pretty much all of you know, Puerto Rico was hit by not one but two hurricanes recently, and it's just devastation. It's so rough seeing how devastated that island is. So this book tag is to raise awareness, and I'll put some links down below if you want to donate money to help rebuild. And yeah, let's get into the tag. Question 1, Devastation. What setting in a book has been the most disturbing in terms of devastation? So for this I went with the Arcana Chronicles. In this world there was a huge solar flare and basically the whole earth is just fried. There's no water anywhere, and if you do find water, chances are it's crawling with things called bagmen. Essentially people who are outside during the initial solar flare were exposed to a crazy amount of radiation, and they're essentially like zombies because they want water all the time, and they will, cut you open and drink your blood to get at your water that you have inside of your body. They are creepy, creepy zombie people, and the whole world is gone. Like the whole world, not just one spot. So in terms of devastation, I think this might be the most devastating post-apocalyptic book I've read. Question 2, Home is Gone. What ruins in a book have torn you? It's hard to pick just one book, but I'm just gonna go with Walking Dead. I just picked the Survivor's Guide because it's like literally any book in the series you could pick. So Survivor's Guide, I picked that one. But essentially, think about how it is for Rick, because he wakes up after a coma, starts walking around and realizes, oh, literally everybody's dead. Thinking about how that would feel and how surreal that would be, that would tear me up. Question 3, Loss. What book has left you with the most profound sense of loss? I don't read a lot of very sad books, but the book I chose for this is Champion by Marie Lu. It is the conclusion of the Legend series, and the end of this book, I ugly cried. Oh my gosh, it's not necessarily a happy ending. It's kind of a hopeful ending, but it's not happy. And I remember I was listening to this on audiobook and I was driving in my car and I had to pull over because I was just sobbing snot. It was an ugly cry. Ooh, the end of this hit me. Oh my gosh. Although I highly recommend this series, it's kind of amazing. Question 4, Indifference. What people have seemed to be the most cruelly indifferent to the suffering of other people? There's a lot of books I could pick for this, but I went with The Maze Runner, the whole trilogy, because Wicked essentially grabbed these kids and is running just experiments on them. And it's so cruel, the level of shit they put these kids through. In the next books of the series as well, it gets even worse. It's a level of cruelty where they don't even understand how it's fucked up. So I'm gonna go with Maze Runner because ooh, there's some doozies in this one. Question 5, Desperation. What character has been in the most desperate of situations? So this one was the first one I knew what book I was definitely gonna pick, and it's Morningstar by Pierce Brown. The character in the most dire straits is Darrow. At the end of the second book of the series, Golden Sun, before Morningstar, I'll just say there is a Red Wedding level betrayal. Oh my gosh, Red Wedding level. Seriously, you're gonna flip the F out. You'll flip your shit. And the beginning of this book is kind of the aftermath of that betrayal, and Darrow is pretty much at his lowest point. He's been held prisoner for a very long time, and by held prisoner I mean unthinkable level of torment he's been through. So yeah, I'm gonna say Darrow in Morningstar is at his most desperate situation. Question 6, Cavalry. What rescue mission or Cavalry has given you hope that victory is possible? So even though I haven't read this yet, I'm going to say Six of Crows. Because I know it is an unlikely group of misfits and they are a Cavalry trying to do a prison break, and it's one of those books that I already know I'm in love with. Like, I've skimmed it a little, I have met Lee Bardugo, both of those things. I know I'm gonna effing love this to bits. I just haven't had the time to effing read it because it's so long and it has beautiful black pages. Oh my gosh, it is like so long. It's like almost 500 pages. So that's why I just can't find time to sit down and like finish it all. But I'm gonna say Six of Crows because I know I'm gonna love it as soon as I finally read it. Question 7. Hello again. What scene from a book or movie has someone come back from the darkness and it filled you with joy? So for this one, I'm gonna go with a movie, and I'm gonna say The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, because I don't know what it is, but in the, like, towards the end of the film, like, when you think Aslan's dead, and then he comes back, like, I sob every time. I don't know why, like, that part gets me, because it's just like, Aslan came back, he's majestic, like, tears. So I'm gonna say Aslan coming back in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Question 8, reunion. What family reunion has made you cry the hardest? So I didn't necessarily cry about this, but it was a family reunion that I was very excited to see happen, and that was between Cassie and her little brother in The Fifth Wave. And I friggin' love the Fifth Wave series. This is also kind of post-apocalyptic devastation as well, but happy parts. She found her brother, although her brother's maybe not quite the same as he was before. Little Sam, oh my gosh. I'm not gonna get into all of this, but like, I really liked when Sam and Cassie were reunited. Question 9, rebuild. What are tales of rebuilding that inspire you? This one was the one I kind of had the hardest time picking, but I'm going with The Age of Miracles by Karen Thompson Walker. I am currently reading this right now, and essentially it's about this, like, she's like 11 or 12-year-old girl, and it's weird because it's kind of like a coming-of-age family drama set amongst the apocalypse. So in the background, basically the Earth is beginning to stop turning. So like the days are like 40 hours long now because the world is not turning anymore, and it's like messing up gravity and all kinds of things on the Earth. And it's kind of also about like how people are dealing with that. And it's also, like, it's not like an apocalypse where everybody dies in this, because most people actually don't. It's kind of how people cope with, like, the new normal and how they adapt to the changing environment that they're in. So I'm going with that for rebuilding, because it's not necessarily rebuilding, but it's learning how to cope with the new normal. So this isn't really a question, but number 10 is to spread the word. Please do this tag. Let people know about how they can help the relief efforts in Puerto Rico. And this is tag for everybody. I tag everybody. You're tagged. That's me tagging people, or high-fiving. Take your pick. I hope you like this video, and please check my links below. I'm going to be posting a link to UNICEF as well as JD Estrada's page so you can check out more of his stuff. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you would like to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And I will see you guys soon. Bye!